All right, we're joined by Notre Dame head football coach Joe DeCaprio. Coach, season goes fast, although calendar-wise this was pretty long. But it seems like last week was the opening season, and now we're Thanksgiving and the end of the year. How fast did it actually go for you?
Yeah, not as fast as some seasons. We had so many injuries and the 2 bye weeks. We kind of struggled through the first half of the season, with especially the first 2 games. But not as fast as most seasons, but it's always sad to see it come to an end.
We're going to get into the season and the players and the Green Bowl, but I know your assistant coaches are integral to what you guys are able to accomplish. Not a lot of days off, and let's give them some props before we get started here.
Yeah, we have a great coaching staff. Let's start with the freshmen: Sean Griffin, Coach Burrell, Jeff Luciano, and Chris Perry. They do a wonderful job. People don't realize at a private school here, most of these kids don't play together. At a public school, they get to play together, their whole upbringing, and then in high school. So they've got to throw together a team within, 2 weeks and go out and play. And, they were fantastic. And then as far as the varsity staff, we've been together for a little while. We had a new addition, Anthony Mortali, who's doing an excellent job. Of course, we have Coach Furtak, who runs our defense, Coach Ramirez, who does the offense and the defensive lines, and my brother, who helps me call plays, and he does the linebackers and also does the offensive line. And we got a new addition to the staff again, which was great. I asked Coach Marcucci if he would come down and volunteer, so we got to pay him nothing, and we have 50 years of experience. So I'm so pleased with the staff. They work really hard.
I know the season's not over yet, and you kind of hope for one more good memory, but is there anything that stands out that you're going to remember most from this season? I know coaches tend to remember losses more than wins, but whether it's a practice moment or a bus ride, something you'll take from this season?
I have some bad memories from this season and some really good ones. The bad memories, obviously, anyone who follows us, we've had so many starters go down, and we've had 3 ACLs, and it's been a nightmare trying to piece together a team week by week. Some of the good memories are some of these kids, like a Gage Parrish, who's come in and played offensive tackle, and we had to move Jackson Polish in the center. They've come in and played wonderfully. I would definitely see that West Haven game last week was going to be a really fond memory. I will always picture Mike Consorti coming over the top and intercepting that ball right in front of me, and Jackson throwing that touchdown with the offensive line blocking with a full house blitz, and that's a fantastic memory. But the biggest one is going to be trying to get this win in the Green Bowl, I would presume.
Green Ball's always about the seniors, but there's a talented underclassmen that have stepped up all year and give you a reason for optimism heading into next year.
Yeah, we have a handful of juniors that really are just playing out of their minds right now. I'll start with Paul Ishin, and then we have Oliverio Candelora, Austin Peck, J.J. Curtella, Aiden Stankiewicz. These kids are playing at a very, very high level. Pete Cassesi in the middle. I'm sure I'm leaving out some guys. Ryan Luzzy, who's played wonderfully at guard for us. So the future is going to be bright. We have the sophomore class coming up, and they're still learning the ropes. And, we have a freshman class that had a wonderful season. So the future is bright here. I'm very proud of our underclassmen. They practice very hard, and they've learned from our seniors.
Let's talk about the seniors now. 20 strong, one final time to tee it up on Thanksgiving morning. Talk about that group.
I can't, every year I say that, I'm proud of our seniors, and I really am, and this group is no different. They've worked extremely hard. There's 20 of them. We try to get them all on the field because they've worked so hard. I believe all 20 of them have been in the program for 4 straight years. Leadership, they're great at it. Attitude, they're great. Practice, when it's time to practice, they are full go, and they try to teach our younger kids how to practice, which is, a hard thing to do, but they always lead by example. They have great attitudes, and I will miss them dearly.
Every team has a couple guys that kind of fly under the radar, unsung guys who become key players. Anybody stand out for you this year?
Yeah, I have 3 kids that really don't get any attention that are certainly unsung heroes, and the first one is Aiden Walsh. He is a kicker and he's a great lacrosse player. He has really worked at his craft. We do so many things that most fans don't notice. We can kick down, we kick up, we pop it to the right, we pop it to the left. He's great at onside kicks, and he's a wonderful punter too. And we can roll with him, and we could punt away from the punt returner. He can do so many things. He can change a game. And the other two kids I would really like to mention is John Minachino and Brian Romanello, who are basically our special teams captains. I've put a lot of pressure on them. They're on every special team. They make sure that we have 11 guys in the huddle. They make all the calls on the special teams, and they've done a wonderful job for us, and they definitely go unnoticed except for the coaching staff.
Senior captains, you rely on them, and you got a good group this year.
Yeah, I'm so proud of our three captains. I'll start with them. Jackson Zielinski. He's got a laid-back attitude when he's off the field. When he's on the field, he is a gamer. I say that he looks like a choir boy, but he is tough as nails. When it comes down to it in a pressure spot, I know he will come up big. He leads by example. Then we have Jack Ahern, who's very quiet. But he's such a hard worker, and you could tell our offense sputtered when he was out for 3 games, and he works so hard. The whole entire offensive line works hard, and I believe that's because of his leadership. And last, we have Mark Altieri, who's really our vocal leader. He's done so much for our team. He started the season, he was going to play tight end. We moved him to running back. Some injuries really deficited us at the running back position. He's filled in. He has played awesome. He's played awesome on defense. We actually put him on our special teams. He's got a motor that doesn't stop, and he's our vocal leader, and I've been very proud of him as well.
Hamden 6-3, one of the better records coming into the game in a long time. They always pose problems. What are you concerned about with what they bring to the table?
They have a very strong run game. They have 4 or 5 plays. They're not very tricky, but what they do is they run them out of about 10 different formations, and we need to stop their run. They have a good power football run, and they run some option. We want to force them to pass. We feel like they're a little bit weaker in the throwing area. I still think that we match up really well with them. Their defense, they're going to play man-free and send the house, and we've been seeing it all year, and I think that we will score points. The key to the game is really going to come down to special teams and our defense stopping their run. There's
always pressure to win on Thanksgiving, but we've won 13 in a row. Does that add anything to the pressure of trying to get the kids to perform that morning?
We definitely talk about the streak. We talk about it every year, and we tell the seniors we don't want to be that class to lose the green jersey. There's a lot of pressure here just to win every game. So, the Green Bowl has some added pressure, nothing that our kids can't handle. We don't run away from the streak. We talk about it, and we're proud of the streak, and we make it a thing that the kids want to continue.
I don't think there's any doubt that one of our biggest webcasts of the year is always Thanksgiving Day, Green Bowl. People like to tune in. What do you want to tell Notre Dame Nation about this football team?
I just want to tell them that they're hardworking kids, that they're respectful in the building, they're respectful on the field, and that we will put a good product on year in and year out, and this team is no different. They've worked extremely hard. They've overcome a lot of adversity this season, and we're still standing, and we're going to fight for a winning record.
All right, so the Green Bowl's over. You head back to school. You enjoy yourself with family. What are you going to do Friday?
Well, the first thing I'm going to do is break down the Hamden game. I'm sure of that. And then 2:30, I'm going to watch former wide receiver Nico Reganey as they travel to Nebraska. So football is definitely going to be there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And, I'm maybe get together with some of my family members to watch Nico or the coaches. But football will definitely be involved.
All right, we've said for years, Thanksgiving's about the 3 F's, football, food, and family. We wish you luck on Thanksgiving morning, and we'll be rooting you on.
Thank you very much.